In this episode, we're going to explore the difference between counselling and psychology and how these two fields relate to each other in everyday life. These terms are often confused, partly because they're used in overlapping settings. You might hear someone say they are seeing a psychologist when they are actually in counselling, or assume that psychology always involves therapy. Clarifying the difference helps people understand what kind of support they are looking for and why. One way to approach this is to think about focus. Counseling is primarily concerned with therapeutic conversation. It is about working directly with experience through a structured relationship. Psychology, as a discipline, is broader. It includes the study of behavior, cognition, development, and mental processes, often through research, assessment, and theory. Imagine going to a gym. Counseling is like working regularly with a personal trainer, showing up week by week and focusing on how you move, adapt, and build strength over time. Psychology is closer to sports science. It studies how bodies work, how performance can be measured, and how different variables affect outcomes. Both are related, but they are not doing the same job. In practice, psychologists can do many things. Some provide therapy, some focus on assessment, others work in research, teaching, or organizational settings. Counselors, by contrast, are trained specifically to offer therapeutic work through ongoing sessions. This raises an important question. When someone says they want to see a psychologist, what are they actually looking for? Are they looking for therapy? Are they looking for an assessment? Or are they responding to the authority the title seems to carry? Another everyday comparison can be helpful here. Think about education. Teaching and educational research are closely connected, but are not in the same role. A teacher works directly with students in a classroom. An educational researcher studies learning more broadly, often without teaching daily classes. Psychology and counseling have a similar relationship. That does not mean psychologists are more knowledgeable about people than counselors. It means their training is orientated differently. Psychology training usually includes substantial academic study and research methods. Counseling training is usually more focused on relational skill, therapeutic presence, and applied practice. If you are choosing support, which would matter more to you? The breadth of scientific training behind the role, or the quality of the therapeutic relationship you would experience week after week? Another difference lies in how work is evaluated. Psychology often relies on measurement, diagnoses, and standardized frameworks. Counseling tends to rely more on reflective process and ongoing dialogue. Neither approach is better, they answer different kinds of questions. This is why someone might see a psychologist for an assessment and a counselor for ongoing support, or work with a psychologist who also provides therapy. The roles overlap, but their core purposes are not identical. Understanding this distinction helps people make more informed choices. Instead of asking, should I see a counselor or a psychologist? A more useful question might be, what kind of work do I want to do? And what kind of relationship am I looking for? Counseling and psychology sit alongside each other within a wider mental health landscape. They are connected but not interchangeable. Clarity about this difference reduces confusion and unrealistic expectations. In the next episode, we'll bring these distinctions together by looking at counselors, psychotherapists, and psychologists side by side, and explaining how their roles differ in training, focus, and day-to-day work. That's the scope of this episode. Each episode focuses on one specific theme, and this was it. We'll leave it there for now and move on in the next episode.